need to cross a lake at the bottom of these ruins. It requires a ritual. I will teach you.
As you wish, Mother.
Good. You're ready for lesson 1. Blood is the key.
What did you see this time? I don't need sparing. Tell me.
Plans to teach your mother a ritual. One that needs blood. Your mother seemed receptive.
We have to reach them.
Yeah, so basically, when you interact with Lilith, whoever interacts with Lilith kind of like is sort of charmed by her, if not... I'm not sure if like they fall under her spell or anything like that, but they make the choices that they would usually not. And so like as you could hear her talking and stuff like that, you could hear that like it seemed like she was forcibly like choosing to do this sort of thing, but it's probably not something she would have normally done, since initially she was talking about how much like she loves her kid and how much like she's tried to like bring her up so that she can like look after herself in the world and stuff like that. Whereas now she's like, oh, she should be fine. I should be able to leave her and go do this thing for you. Like the concern, her priorities have shifted after seeing and interacting with Lilith, kind of thing. What was that? A trap? I might have triggered a trap. So there's little things like that as well. On, off you go. Oh man. Let's give you a wall. That should help some of it. No, back off, mate. Should get you guys in like a pretty solid straight line. Oh yeah, there we go. That shocking Bile Fiend. I like that I've got a knockdown ability that occasionally it will knock them over and they can't attack, so just lay there. These things, oh man, I haven't seen those for ages. They kind of like, they're a trap the enemy can like cast, and it just like goes in a circle. If you happen to be standing in a circle, when that line like ticks up to wherever you are, you get zapped or attacked by it. There used to be a lot of like, I remember arcane magic being like one of the fucking hardest ones to deal with, because there wasn't a lot of armor in the early games that would like actually protect you against arcane damage. I used to try to go for like all resistances. I used to try to have so I think on like my first character I had maxed out resistance to like all elements, because I had like basically buffed up every single charm and every single gem that you could fucking socket into something, as well as every bit of armor that I could find that would help against resistance and stuff. So I may not have been like, you know, absolutely resistant to things, but I definitely made it fucking difficult to be affected by elements. I think skulls also do something too, actually. What do skulls do? It's a knockdown is powerful ability. It's a stun root disabled, which is powerful methods to control the field. It is. So what do skulls do? Shards of skulls, which can be made. So it doesn't tell me yet, because I want to craft these. I don't know where I have to go to craft them. But I would like to craft up some various gems. I remember using skulls. I remember I had to use rubies a lot because rubies did health. Rubies were health. I think diamonds were resistance to most things. I can't remember what sapphire, topaz, emerald was poison resistance, I think. Like some of these did like their own type of individual resistance, but I remember ruby was for health, diamond was for all resistances, and skulls did some awesome shit. I just don't remember what. So I'm really curious to see what those will do now. Like I know I talk a lot about like Diablo 2 while I'm playing Diablo 4, but like as far as I'm concerned, if like I was this fucking skeptical to get the game, that like I wouldn't even look at it when it came out, because I'm like, oh, it's just going to be another one. Be another fucking Diablo 3 for sure, initially, which is, you know, bad logic. But, And then when I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, it's kind of like, wow. And yeah, I was just generally unimpressed. I was very unimpressed seeing this initially. Ugh. But I'm definitely changed of opinion after having played it. I definitely feel differently about it having played it. That's why I often talk about the differences, because it makes it very clear how it's changed and what I like about it. And also helps like guide anybody that maybe was also skeptical. Hey, Waver, welcome in. Yeah, so it's kind of please tell me that this isn't some kind of fucking maintenance. It could be my internet. Hold on. No, I'm back up here. I must have just lost connection. That should be fine. So while I'm up here, so you can get 12 slots. You can have 12 fucking characters out of interest. So that does give you a bit of variety. Let's try going back in. I don't know what happened then. I'd just say it's probably my internet, because I noticed last night while I was streaming, my internet dropped for like a hot second. The only problem is when I go back in, not being saved by the current game. I'm otherwise busy. Please wait a few minutes so we can safely log your account out and try again. Okay, all right. It's fine. We'll hang out for a couple of minutes. That way it has a chance to maybe save where I was. Either way, when I go back in, the entire thing will be reset, so all the monsters will be back again. So this is a slight difference as well with Diablo 4, is when you play Diablo 2, when you cleared a map, the map was then void of demons and stuff like that until, like, I think you logged out and came back in, whereas you used to be able to go in and out of dungeons, and once it's cleared, it's cleared. In Diablo 3, again, once it's cleared, it's cleared. Diablo 4, if you go into a dungeon, top world is respawned. If you go back into the dungeon I don't know, I think is still cleared, or I don't know, I haven't gone back into the dungeons yet, but I know that when you come back up to top world, it's respawned completely. So yeah, I'll give it another minute and then I'll try it again. There's a chance, like, I know that they've got like server maintenance tomorrow, so we shouldn't be up to that yet. It's supposed to be, it's 9 a.m. PTSD, which I think is 3 p.m. tomorrow. So we should be fine. I'll just give it a moment to save. It's like, as a favorite person, it's like, what a twist. We practice guitar. It's today evening. With song, the one you showed when we first talked about playing the guitar to learn it. Was it first after all? Yeah. All right. It is, I'll wait until it clicks over to 11. There we go. Let's try it again. See if this works. It's showing up more shit this time, so maybe it will. I hope that it does save it. It's the only downside that I personally find about having these games to be online. Okay, so where am I? In here. I'm a little bit far back. I think I'm a floor above where I was, maybe. Give or take. Oh, I'm right back at the start of the dungeon. That's fine. Let's see how empty it is. Let's see if it's all respawned or not. Their legs are so tired. And just standing. Been standing a lot, have you? Yeah, alright. So we'll see all the clips again. I think, maybe. I don't have my helper though. Where is my interface? My interface that has her. I may have to go back to... No, I'll go down to where it's got the thing and I'll see. Oh yeah, demons are back. I just don't have her this time. Oh man. Come on, you. Yeah, so I don't have my little helper chick. It also doesn't show up my health either. then again, I don't know if it only shows that over here when I have somebody attached to me. I think it does. Fuck off, mate. There we go. Nice and dead. Now, how is my inventory state then? Okay, so I've got some stuff. Got the better ring. I don't want to get rid of that helmet. I'm not too sure where I'm up to, although I have got my firewall, so I've got that skill. I did read these. They're all the same. I also have to bring bottles and cans, stuff to get some money. You go back to the recycling thing today, do you? Now, my only thing is I don't know if I got to keep the XP that I got. I wasn't paying attention. I'll find out when I get to the VOD whether or not I actually am getting extra XP for having to do this. Because I've already gone through here once. Hydro, mate. Okay, well there's stuff over and around on the ground level here, so maybe she's down there. Go. That's it. I think it'll get €8. Nice. That's pretty good. Like, I don't know, when we have to go and do like our recycling and stuff like that, like we might maybe get at best like $10. $7's about an average. If we get anything more than that, it's because we've been lazy and we haven't gone frequently enough. More than anything. Take that. One of these. I'm going to stand over here. There we go. A bit of fire damage for everybody. There you are. Look, I know I'm out of precious mana, but I'll tell you what, I'm getting low on fucking health globes too. Come on. I don't think there's any more shamans here, but fucking hell, am I struggling with health. Sure, I think the helper chick was definitely helping a bit. I'll rest for a little and then we'll go. Here it says $14 twos. Alright. That's a pretty fucking good amount then. Now I'm trying to think about it. I think we get like, I think it's like you get 10 cents per, I think it's 10 cents per jar, container, bottle, give or take. Yeah. It's so cold here. I'm wearing 2 pairs of pants. That doesn't surprise me. Alright, well I'm level 20, so I hit level 19 earlier, but I didn't level up. So I guess maybe I did keep my XP, possibly. Now, Firewall isn't doing too much for me, so I do want to buff up another one up here. Hydra would be great. Buff up a little bit more. I've already gone down the thing. What does it do? It does 10 seconds. What's the next? It does 30 damage instead of 27. So this is the only thing I don't like, is it literally does 3 extra damage. That's what the extra skill point will do for this. It goes from 27 damage to 30 damage, which isn't a lot. Like, it could still help a lot. I use Hydro like all fuck. I don't remember putting any points into Flame Shield. That must have been a mistake. I use Firebolt a lot. I use Incinerate a fair bit, but I use Firebolt so much. I wouldn't mind upping that one, but we'll get Hydra up. Get Hydra working a little bit stronger. It's so cold here. The hand was freezing. Yeah, is this the way? It's back this way. Yeah, here. It's hot as fuck here. And even Grim came in at the start of stream and said that, and I have to agree, it's been a really stinking hot day. So when I was doing my editing this morning, oh yeah, that looks open. When I was doing my editing this morning, the sun hit the room, and it got really fucking stifling hot. I had the door open. I had my front door open, trying to channel some fucking air down the house. I had the fan on. It was intense. There she is. There's my helper. And yeah, I came out of the computer room after like the 7 hours or whatever, after like lunch, and the whole rest of the house was cold compared to this room. It's fucking, I don't know what is wrong with like the layout of this room. It's so bad. But yeah, it stayed hot all day. All right, let's look at this again.
So curious. You are eager to know. why you were spared?
Yes.
Do you have faith in me?
I want to.
Good. For now, all you need know is that we are going to meet my son.
Rathma, the first necromancer.
He is that, and more. He is the key to my plans.
It sounds like they're searching for Lilith's son, Rathma. Together.
Mother, what are you thinking?
No worries, Smoothless. I always find it interesting. So Lurk is one of those things where when I started streaming, I thought that when people went to Lurk, they were like usually still around because that's what I would do. That's what I do. And then I found like most of the time when people go to Lurk, they normally just like fuck off. They just leave your stuff running. And I was like so confused because I'd sometimes like still try to talk to people and stuff. And they'd be like, I'm trying to like go do something else. But I do like the fact that like we're all sort of the same sort of type of people that are like, yeah, I'll still be here, but I'll be doing like I may not be able to respond or something like that, or I will be AFK lurking or something like that. Like we define it differently, kind of thing, as like a little bit of extra support to like say whether or not you're actually there and able to become conversational or not. So I always appreciate that. But yeah, it's an interesting thing that like I learnt when I started streaming because I'd never seen lurking before. Like, I'd never even seen anybody fucking use it conversationally before. And then I started streaming and I'm like, there was this whole new language to learn with streaming. Come here, mate. I got a Hydra that's 100%. Oh, wow, that's perfect. Exactly where you should stand. Oh, I'm in poison. I'll never get bored of this dumb joke, I swear. What? Very welcome in my shadows. Look, I accidentally said to a new person the other day that I'd let them know that you're inside Shadow. I'll let Shadow know that you're inside them or something like that. They did not appreciate it. And like, I really need to change my look. Yeah, that was an awkward conversation to try to fucking explain to them that I have a fucking member called Shadow. And when people go to lurk, they're effectively lurking inside him. And I'm like, it's not awkward at all. Don't make it awkward. Yeah. And the worst part is, like I said, it was a new person as well. It wasn't even somebody that had the chance to really like get used to the stream yet before I said something so absolutely fucking, you know, off shelf kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know. Those great moments where my brain just does me a fucking solid. It goes, this'll definitely be exactly what you should say. And I'm like, I should never have said that. Oh, man. Yeah, no, I want to change it eventually because, like, yeah, when I think of, like, lurking, I think of, like, going to shadows and stuff like that. Or, like, I joke sometimes, like, Shadow Realm or whatever. But I kind of want it to be a little bit more customized. I'm just not quite sure what to put it as yet. There's a few other auto responses and stuff like that I wouldn't mind adding in as well. Like, I've already got ones where if people follow, it does automatically pop up with their name in chat with them, like, having followed and stuff. That way, in case it didn't pop up on screen, I will catch it. Because beforehand, what would happen sometimes is people would go to follow me and sound alerts would choose to not work at that exact moment. And then I wouldn't know that they'd followed me and I wouldn't say anything. And I feel like a piece of shit for not, like, you know, at least, like, appreciating, like, somebody, like, taking their time to follow and maybe consider coming back and stuff. So, yeah. I made a point of changing that so I don't miss it now. Unless my autobot also decides to fucking fail, and then of course I'll fucking miss it. Don't worry, if they couldn't handle the conversation, they wouldn't be able to handle the actual weirdness. We'd love to hear anyway. I do think of that as well. Like, sometimes, so whenever somebody follows me, you guys already know, whenever somebody follows me, I usually go and like check them out after stream, and if they happen to also stream, I check out their stream and I see what games they play and like learn about them basically, because I'm curious like that. And sometimes when somebody follows me, I'll go to like after stream and they'll have already unfollowed. And while that doesn't matter, I do find it very funny sometimes, because I'm like, I can generally pinpoint sometimes throughout the stream where I have said something very specific that I know has probably removed them from like wanting to follow me. And I'm like, that's fair. I don't have any problem with it. If like, I've said this before, if you don't feel like you belong in somebody's stream, it's one of those things, like your gut kind of knows kind of thing, if you belong somewhere, and like if you're kind of with your people kind of thing. I don't know, it's a fucking strange thing, but I think we all kind of get that sensation more or less. You know, your weirdos. I like these like weapon rack turret things, by the way. They remind me of the old like pillars that used to attack you in what is it? One of the higher acts, you know, in the like demonic and hellish, what do you call it, heavenish area where you're ethereal, and you go outside and it's like hell's steps, hell's gates and stuff like that, and you get those like pop up and they're like demonic spires and stuff like that that might like attack you. Or I mean, a thing. You're the one I want to attack. I just stand between this. A lot of my attacks now like burn for extra, which is really useful. So when I cast a fire attack, another reason why I like the fire ones, so if you go for like fire, you can add burn damage, right? So when you hit them once, they take burns, and then they kind of like have to run around taking continual damage the whole time. If I go with ice, the whole point of ice is you freeze them and you give yourself that extra time to kind of maybe heal or back off or whatever you got to do, right? God only fucking knows what people with electricity do. I've used it before, but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with it. I think there's like shock damage. Let's see. Hey. Ow. I fucking sneezed in that. Can you kill him? Is that Lilith open? Oi!
What?
Fuck off. I'm reading. Lilith opened my eyes to crimes of Anarias. He betrayed her, banished her. He sapped the power of her children. He's the reason we're weak, the reason we die. He ruined us because he feared us. We'll show him his right to be afraid. Yeah, so there's a little thing that if you don't know Diablo, if you never watched Diablo before, so we are not humans, we're Nephilims, or something like that, from memory, give or take. That's an oil of it. It's just like a natural fucking response to that, though. It's like somebody's like slapping you around while you're trying to read something. It's like, stop that. So we're supposed to be like, I think the Nephilim or something, people of Nephilim, and we are supposed to have been created from like the demons and angels and shit like that. But we have a limited range of power and whatever. I do vaguely remember all that. I literally have the Book of Cain on my bookshelf that I've read that explains all that stuff deeper. That's why I want to get the other new book that they've got. And the only problem is when I read the Book of Cain, I'm so fucking gentle with it because I love Diablo too much. And so like I have to like, you know, have ultra clean hands, extra clean space to open it. I don't fully open the pages. I just kind of like look at them without cracking the spine properly. I'm a little bit extra pedantic with it. But it's in really good fucking condition. So yeah, take care of that one. Like I said, I do want to get the other book that they've come out with for this, which hopefully by the time I eventually get that, it'll be like after I've finished Diablo, and then I can sit down and like read through like the deeper lore and bits and pieces and kind of like learn all the extra. This looks like a bad area.
Again. Does Lilith know we're coming?
Oh yeah, this is where it crashed before. Yeah, here we go. You. Hi. What? I can dodge your attacks. They're so slow. Actually, they kind of curve towards me now. Look at it. Oh, I'm tethered. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Give me that. Alright.
You've mastered your fear, but I still sense your pain. You miss your daughter.
My magpie. She's scared right now. She must be.
Go or stay. It is time to choose.
I trained her well. She's a good kid. Strong. She'll be all right,
You've chosen well, my child. To reach Rathma, we will need to cross a lake at the bottom of these ruins. It requires a ritual. I will teach you.
As you wish, Mother.
Good. You're ready for lesson 1. Blood is the key.
What did you see this time? I don't need sparing. Tell me.
Lilith plans to teach your mother a ritual. One that needs blood. Your mother seemed receptive.
We have to reach them.
Windows 11 is not so bad. Some things I like, some things a bit meh, but some are better. Some are better why, but overall positive experience. Get used to it. Be different to feel lost, but different enough to feel like it's a poor copy. Lol. That's bad if it feels like a poor copy though. But that's funny. It's good to sort of hear what's coming with Windows 11, I guess. That's one of those, like, eventually down the path, it's like an inevitable thing. Hi. Yeah, so it crashed about here last time, I'm pretty sure. Oh, man. Let me get out. Yeah, these radiuses with, like, the snow orb things, like, will freeze me. Nope. I don't mind them. So when I first used to see them, I don't know why, but as a kid, I, like, legit thought they were supposed to heal me or some shit. So I immediately just ran into it. Stupid little kid. And just, like, got stuck. And I'm like, why would it do that? So awful. And then I got probably attacked and died or something. But, like, yeah, nowadays, I already know that, like, if they start summoning shit, you kind of just move back. Also, I like how if you pay attention, you can dodge a lot of their stuff. Oh, I knocked you down. I didn't notice, mate. Yeah, if you're really careful about it, a lot of the attacks can kind of sort of be dodged. Kind of nice. Can I have a different helmet, please? Oh, the fuck is that? Some kind of amulet. Looks pretty. I care what it does. It's pretty. It's probably better than that. I didn't even compare. I'm like, shiny. Kidding. Like that's how you win wars. It's shiny. The biggest difference is that File Explorer now has tabs. Tabs. When you open up when you open up a folder, it's up the top like a browser. What's it in biggest terms of most use? Alright. Weird. Oh, exactly like a browser. I mean, it's not a bad idea. I prefer my browsers to be separate. Like, when I'm, like, working on something, I usually have, like, one browser on a different page to the thing that I'm working on. And then whatever the other thing is, the page will be on the opposite fucking monitor, and the browser related to that thing will be on the other one. So that works better for me. So as long as you can still kind of separate them if you want to, kind of like how with like internet browser kind of thing, you can still pull them apart and take them and move them around, that's fine. I don't see that as a bad thing. That's probably a half improvement. So, have a wall. Man, I love how she casts that, though.
Out of mana once again.
Look, I'll hit you with some mana, don't you fucking worry about what. Very nice. Oh, get out there. Alright. I guess I'll poke my nose up this way first, because it's like a corner. I like how they come out of like this little voidy area. What? No. So, well, technically it's a browser just for local files, and yeah, it's still the open new window at the top of the context menu instead of being, was it lost in the middle? Yeah. Well, that's fine. Whoops. Yeah, I guess the thing is, like, the definition of, like, what windows and tabs and stuff like that does is a little bit different in this day and age than what it was when, like, Windows 10 was created. I was actually thinking about this the other day, actually. So, like, I was watching, like, just scrolling through fucking TikTok. I think this was on the weekend. And anyway, so I was watching like various TikToks, and something that was like bugging me was how a lot of like video formats have gone down to like where they splice like every fucking second is down to like every action is down to like the start and the finish is immediately go from like action to action, 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 action kind of thing. Like if you're cooking something, it's like egg crack, whiskered, fucking sugar, whatever, right? And it's like a mile a fucking minute, and I'm like, I just don't need that much fucking pressure in a fucking 1 minute video, you know? I kind of just want to actually sit back and enjoy watching somebody make a fucking recipe from start to finish. And it was occurring to me, I'm like part of like what I went for with like streaming and stuff was that I wanted to be something that people could be just like chill and just like enjoy the whole process, if that's their thing, kind of thing. And I'm like, I don't know, looking back at that, I'm like, I feel like for my own personal comfort, I've made a good choice with that based on like, it's what I enjoy and stuff. But I'm like, in this day and age, it also stands out like crazy because so much content is now like just super fucking fast paced with zero fucking chill. Like, even if you're trying to relax and watch something,